Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. By the name of Almighty God, the most compassionate and the most merciful, I welcome all of you, my dear friends, to your own channel. Today we are talking about the characteristic of the metal and non-metal and its relation with the ionization enthalpy. I think it's the last lecture. By the way, whenever you're talking about metal, what's metal? Metal is an element which has got 1, 2 or 3 electrons in the last orbit. We have 1, 2 or 3 electrons and we are in the last orbit. And also metal which has got 1, 2, 3 electrons in the last orbit, they tend to lose the electron. They tend to lose the electron. That's called metal. Vice versa, whenever you're talking about non-metal, non-metal has got more than 3 electrons, maybe 5, maybe 6, maybe 7 or maybe 8, and they want to accept the electrons. It means whenever you're talking about non-metal, they have 5, 6 or 7 electrons or maybe 8 electrons, and we are in the last orbit. And they want to gain electron. Now if we talk about ionization enthalpy, what do you think? Ionization enthalpy is the amount of energy which is given to a system in order to take its last electron. It means if we have an atom with the positive nucleus and we have electrons here, if you want to give some energy in order to remove the last shell electron, this amount of energy which is given to the system, it's called ionization enthalpy. Now what do you think? Metals wants to lose the electron or non-metals? I think metal. It means for removing an electron of a metal, it's easy. If this one is easy, so ionization enthalpy of the metal are low. Now we have another definition that metals are those elements which its ionization enthalpy is very low. But whenever you're talking about the non-metals, they are those elements which has got 5, 6 or 7 electrons, and now they do not want to lose their electrons. It means they want to gain the electron. Now what does it mean? It means for removing this electron, we should give more amount of energy. Now in terms of ionization enthalpy, if we define the non-metals are those elements which their ionization enthalpy is larger than the metals. Now what do you think? In periodic table, if we talk on periodic table, ionization enthalpy in period from left to right, it's increasing because of Z or Z or atomic number. It means if we define the metal or non-metal, ionization enthalpy which is increasing, it means non-metal property is increasing. Non-metal property is increasing. It means if you are going from left to right, the non-metal property is increasing and metal property is decreasing. If you talk about metal property is decreasing. In a group from top to bottom, ionization enthalpy is decreasing because of size, because of numbers of shell. Now if ionization enthalpy is decreasing, So metal is increasing. I think you have got. Metal is increasing. And vice versa, non-metal is decreasing. In a periodic table, in period, from left to right, ionization enthalpy is increasing. We have explained in previous lessons. Now, ionization enthalpy is increasing, it means non-metal is increasing and metal is decreasing. And also from top to bottom, ionization enthalpy is decreasing because of size. Now, ionization enthalpy is decreasing, it means the metal property is increasing. Why? Because metals are those elements which its ionization enthalpy is low and non-metal is increasing. One thing that you have to remember is that whenever you're talking about a metal plus oxide, it's called basic property. And when you have non-metal plus an oxide, it's called acidic property. Now, what do you think? From left to right, non-metal is increasing. It means acidic property is increasing. Acidic property is increasing. And basic property is decreasing. Also, from top to bottom, metal property is increasing. It means basic property is increasing. And acidic property is decreasing. This was all about relation between the metallic and non-metallic with the ionization enthalpy. Now we are coming on examples, inshallah. Write it, please. By the way, we are coming on examples or numericals. The first question, consider the elements boron, aluminum, magnesium, potassium, the correct order of their metallic. Now, whenever you are talking about these elements, you have to know the comparison of the metallic character in groups and also in periods. In first group, we have the elements, I think, lithium, sodium, potassium. In the second group, we have got what? We have got, I think, beryllium, and next one, aluminum, and also calcium. Whenever you're talking about third group, we have boron, and we have, beryllium, magnesium in here we have, I'm sorry. And here we have boron and also aluminum. Am I right or no? Yes. Now, whenever you are going from left to right, the metallic character, it is decreasing. The question is about metallic character. And whenever you are going from top to bottom, metallic character is increasing. It means that whatever element which is on the bottom side, so it has got the maximum metallic character. It means we have the elements like potassium and we have the elements like calcium. What do you think? On the bottom side, we have also potassium and calcium. Which has got most metallic character? I think potassium. Why? Because whenever you want to compare calcium with the potassium, it means you are going in period. Now in period, from left to right, metallic character is decreasing. It means calcium has got decreased metallic character than potassium. So the answer must be potassium. Potassium is the greatest one. Now potassium is the greatest one, it means fourth answer must be right. And we do not have any here in here potassium. But also we will compare. Now the elements which we are talking about is, first it's potassium, also we have got magnesium, and we don't have any lithium. In these elements we don't have any sodium, we don't have any calcium, any beryllium. These four elements we have to talk. Now after potassium we have what? Magnesium. Why? Because you are going from left to right, metallic character is decreasing. It means aluminum is on the right side, hence magnesium is on the left. The right side has got least metallic property, so we have to write magnesium. And after magnesium, when you want to compare these two elements, boron and aluminum, which has got more metallic character? I think aluminum. Why? Because it is on the bottom side. So aluminum, and the last one is boron. I think number 4. Write it please. Question number 2. Considering the elements boron, carbon, nitrogen, fluorine and silicon, the correct order of their non-metallic character is. I think boron, carbon, nitrogen and fluorine, they are in the second period, in the same period, and silicon is in a group of carbon. Now the question has been asked in a period, also in a group. Whenever you want to compare the non-metallic character in a period, from left to right, non-metallic character is increasing, and from top to bottom, non-metallic character is decreasing. So the answer is simple. What is the element which is on the most right side? I think fluorine. So fluorine should be first, then we have nitrogen, then we have carbon. And between boron and silicon, when we want to compare, what do you think? Boron is more or silicon? I think boron is more. Why? Because silicon is on the left side. I think on the bottom side. On the bottom side, non-metallic character is lower. So we should write boron, and the last one silicon. This is the correct order. Boron and also silicon. Number, which answer is right? Number 3. Write it please. Question number 3. Consider in the element, in the order of basic character. By the way, it's easy. Whenever you want to compare these oxides in terms of basic character, they are, I think, in the first group. It means the comparison is asked in a group. We have first lithium, then we have sodium, and then we have potassium. Now, by coming from top to bottom, the metallic character is increasing or decreasing? Metallic character is increasing, and basic character is also increasing. Basic character is increasing. It means which element must have the highest character in basic? I think potassium. Then we should have sodium. And the third one, we should have lithium. From top to bottom, metallic character is increasing. It means basic character is increasing. If this one is asked in acidic character, I think it is decreasing from top to bottom. You have got the answer. Write it please. Question number 4. Consider an acidic character. Now, what do you think? Boron, carbon, nitrogen, they are in the same period. In period from left to right, I think non-metallic character is increasing. It means acidic character is increasing. What is acid? Acid oxide. Acidic oxide is non-metal plus oxygen. Now, acidic character is increasing. It means the element which is on the right side, it should have the most acidic character. Now, we have on the right side nitrogen. So the order is NO3 is more than CO2, and it's more than B2O3. Is it right? Write it, please. By the way, my dear all friends, it was our last lecture on ionization enthalpy, which I related with the metallic and non-metallic character. For the next lecture, inshallah, we will come on electron affinity or maybe electronegativity. Allah Hafiz.